You are doing this wrong every single weekend, tearing up your soil, renting tillers, buying fertilizer in plastic bags, watching your back give out by noon. And for what? A handful of tomatoes you could have bought for $3. Here's the truth. Nobody in gardening is willing to say out loud. The system you've been taught, plow, till, amend, repeat, was designed for industrial agriculture. Not for you, not for your quarter acre, not for that unused lot behind your house that's been growing weeds for 6 years. And that changes today. Before we go any further, if you've been trying to figure out how to actually build a productive food system from the ground up, step by step, season by season, there is one resource that has completely changed how I think about this. It's called the Food Self-Sufficiency Blueprint from Grow Your Ground. It covers year-round harvest planning, succession planting, preservation, seed saving, everything. It is not a beginner pamphlet. It is a strategic system. The link is right below this video. Go check it out after we finish here. You will not regret it. Now, let's talk about the 5 crops that are going to save your back, your money, and your dignity. Now, let's talk about the 5 crops that are going to save your back, your money, and your dignity. Now, let's talk about the 5 crops that are going to save your back, your money, and your dignity. Act 1. The lie you were sold. You've seen the videos. Perfect raised beds, immaculate tool sheds, a golden retriever lounging in the background while someone in a linen apron harvests heirloom tomatoes. That's not a gardening channel. That's aspirational real estate content. Here's who this channel is actually for. You have a patch of land. Maybe it's your backyard. Maybe it's a rented plot in a community garden. Maybe it's a half-acre field that belonged to your grandfather and nobody has touched in 15 years. Maybe it's a collection of containers on a concrete balcony in a city where the nearest grocery store charges $6 for a bag of spinach. You are not a farmer, you do not have a tractor, you do not have time to read a 400-page soil science textbook. But you want to grow real food, serious food, not just herbs in a windowsill, not just one tomato plant that produces 4 tomatoes and then dies of blight in August. You want a system, something that actually works, something that doesn't require breaking your back every single weekend just to stay ahead of the weeds. That's exactly what this is. And the first thing you need to understand is this. Plowing is a lie, not a small lie, a foundational lie, an agricultural myth so deeply embedded in our culture that most people never question it. Here's what actually happens when you till your soil. You destroy the fungal networks, the mycorrhizal threads that carry water and nutrients from one root system to another, gone. You expose dormant weed seeds to light and oxygen, activating an army of competitors you didn't even know were sleeping underneath your feet. You break up the soil structure that allows water to penetrate deeply instead of running off the surface, and you create a temporary artificial softness that compacts again the moment it rains. You do it every spring, and every spring you start from scratch. What if you never had to do that again? What if your soil got better every single year, automatically, just from the way you planted and harvested? That's not a fantasy. That's what the no-dig method produces over time. And it's what the 5 crops in this video make possible, even in year 1. Let's go. Before I give you the crops, you need to understand why they were chosen. Because this isn't just a list. Lists are lazy. Lists don't change behavior. I could give you 50 crops and you'd plant 3 of them badly and give up by July. These 5 crops were selected on 4 criteria. Crop 1, garlic. Nobody talks about garlic like it deserves to be talked about, and I will never forgive the gardening world for this. Garlic is the single most financially efficient crop available to the home grower. Let that sit for a second. Not the most dramatic, not the most impressive to show your neighbors, the most financially efficient, per square foot, per hour of labor, per calorie of effort. Crop 2, sweet potatoes. Most people think sweet potatoes are complicated. They are not. They are one of the laziest, most productive, most drought-tolerant crops you can grow. Once you understand one simple thing about them, they don't want your attention, they want your neglect. Crop 3, whole beans. Here is where vertical space changes everything. Most gardeners think horizontally. They look at their available ground and they imagine crops laid out flat across it, competing for every inch of soil. This is the scarcity mindset. The growers who produce serious quantities of food from small spaces think vertically. Crop 4. Kale. Some people hear kale and roll their eyes. Forget the Instagram smoothie people. Forget the trendy salad bars. Strip all of that away and look at what kale actually is as a food production plant. Kale is one of the most cold, hardy, leafy crops in existence. It grows through frost, it grows through snow. Crop 5. Winter squash. This is the one that changes how you think about food storage. Not summer squash, not zucchini, I mean butternut, acorn, delicata, Hubbard, kabocha. The hard-skinned, dense-fleshed winter squashes that sit in your kitchen for 4, 5, 6 months without refrigeration and taste better in December than they did in September. Here's the math that changes everything. A single clove of garlic, one clove, broken off from a head you bought for $2, will produce a full head of garlic in 9 months. That head will contain 8 to 12 cloves. Each of those cloves can be replanted. Within 3 years of starting with a single $2 head of garlic, you can have enough planting stock to fill a serious production bed and never buy garlic again. Sweet potato vines will cover the ground. They will crowd out weeds. They will create their own living mulch, retaining moisture and building organic matter underneath as they sprawl across your garden bed. They do not require fertilizing heavily. They prefer slightly poor soil. If you give them too much nitrogen, you get beautiful vines and tiny tubers. They want lean, warm ground. And then in late September or October, before the first hard frost, you harvest. You reach into that ground you haven't touched since you planted those slips months ago, and you pull out sweet potatoes the size of your forearm. 10 square feet of ground can yield 30 to 50 pounds of sweet potatoes. Do you understand what that means? 30 to 50 pounds of calorie-dense food from a 10 square foot patch of land you basically ignored for 3 months. Compare that to bush beans. Bush beans are a single harvest crop. They mature all at once, give you a week of intense picking, and then they're done. Pole beans give you a steady, reliable weekly harvest for 2 to 3 months. This is the difference between a hobby and a system. If you let pole beans mature fully on the vine, past the green stage, past the fat but green stage, all the way to dry and rattling in a papery pod, you get dried beans. Dried beans store for 2 to 5 years in airtight jars. Dried beans are one of the most complete protein sources available from a home garden. Kale is one of the most cold, hardy, leafy crops in existence. A properly mulched kale plant will survive temperatures that kill almost every other vegetable in your garden. And when you harvest it correctly, cutting the lower outer leaves while leaving the central growing tip intact, a single plant will produce fresh greens for 8 to 12 months. The real power move is growing food that simply doesn't need preserving, food that stores itself in its own skin. Winter squash is that food, and it asks almost nothing from your back. You plant seeds, you guide vines occasionally, you harvest once, you store, you eat all winter. That is a food system. That is the whole point. The no-dig method is not about ignoring your soil. It's about feeding your soil from above rather than disturbing it from below. Nature's model is simple. Leaves fall on the forest floor, they decompose, they feed the organisms below, the organisms feed the plants grow. No tilling required. The earthworm is your most powerful tool. Not a trowel, not a tiller, an earthworm. A healthy no-dig bed after 3 years will have 20, 30, 50 earthworms per cubic foot. They aerate, they digest organic matter, they produce vermicast, the single most biologically active soil amendment in existence. What hits them is the feeling of walking into their own backyard, or their balcony, or their community plot, and picking food they grew, food they don't owe anyone for, food that exists because they put a seed in the ground and gave it attention, food that is fully, completely theirs. There is a word for that feeling. The word is dignity. The knowledge in this video is the beginning, not the end. If you want the full system, succession planting, preservation methods, seed saving, your personalized seasonal food calendar, the 12-month action plan, you need the Food Self-Sufficiency Blueprint from Grow Your Ground. The link is in the description. Stop plowing, start growing.